dead straight. Alright, what is going on, guys? My name is Alex Wittick and welcome back to my YouTube channel. To all the new subscribers, thank you for joining us. Today we are going to be performing a string alignment on my Mark V Jetta TDI. This can be performed with any vehicle on any type of platform as long as it has some type of adjustability to the alignment, which all cars generally come with. In my case, this car is going to be aligned very easily with the Heim joint setup that I have and the tie rod setup that I have in the front for the steering. So stay with me and let's get to it. All right, so I got all my supplies laid out and let's see what I got going on. I've got a jack to simply jack the car up. I've got jack stands to tie each end of the string to so I can put it over there and one over there. So when the line goes straight across, you're gonna be able to see, okay, is it touching the back of the wheel or the front of the wheel? So you'll be able to see the difference in how far the wheel is poked out. Also, I've got a pair of scissors to cut the string. And then I'm gonna take a spare tire to put underneath the car for safety. Usually you'd use jack stands, but with this process, you wanna be able to pick the car up, drop the car down. And it's a pretty involved process, but you can eyeball it pretty well. And it honestly won't take long, so let's get into it. Whoa guys, make sure you stay till the end of the video. We actually got this alignment looking absolutely amazing, nice and straight, front and back wheel. The results are better than I expected, and that's great. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Step one is super simple. You wanna just get into your car. You wanna make sure the steering wheel is straight, which mine already is. So now we can go ahead, tie the string, and we'll be able to get a fine line of which wheel is out of line and stuff like that. You don't specifically have to use jack stands, but I prefer them. Easy to tie to and very accessible. So I've put it around the bend, so it's gonna wanna tuck in when it hits the front lip. Jack stand number two, wanna do the same in the rear, just about like that. It literally only has to be there, but I put it there so there's more pressure. You can use any type of string, and it doesn't have to be string, it can be rope, but string's obviously what you really want because you can really see the bends and it can really work around the angles that you need. But I'm gonna get this untangled and you'll see the rest. You wanna make sure that whatever you are using is at least 9 inches off the ground because you want it to be at least midway up the wheel. Center of the wheel would be perfect because then you can get a real idea, but it doesn't really matter. All right, so before we even jack the car up, we can get a really good idea of how this is gonna go. So I got my string nice and taut. I've got it onto the back lip here, and you can see this huge gap. So we've got lots of toe in the rear, and then I'll make the string stop. And the string is essentially straight from front lip to back lip there. So once I straighten this back out, we're gonna be able to get a whole idea of how these wheels really do line up. All right, so the next thing that we're gonna wanna do is to remove all the slack from the line and completely move it out of position because we're gonna need to get the jack underneath the car to remove the wheel, and we don't need the string right now. We just need to get that open. And since we know we have a lot of toe in, we're just gonna bring it out as much as we think we're gonna need, put the wheel back on, and then check the string alignment again and see how much more you either need to go back in or back out, and then we're gonna work it from there. Don't be that guy who jacks his car up and then realizes he can't get his wheel off because it's gonna spin. So you wanna have the car still on the ground, place the jack underneath, take the lugs, loosen them. Don't completely take them out, just loosen them. So I'm gonna do that. Now that they're loosened, I'm gonna jack the car up and take the wheel completely off. If you have 3-piece wheels, please don't lay it on the face. Even if you have if you're just a person that's coming to learn how to do a string alignment, just put the wheel down on his back. You don't want to scratch the face of your wheel or anything like that. So now that we have that exposed, we're gonna go and we're gonna adjust the toe. Now in most cars that have unibodies, you do have a toe arm. Most cars, it's not too adjustable. There's gonna be a bolt on the end where you're gonna be able to adjust that. But on our stands cars, we usually have toe arms. So it's just usually a Heim joint, and I'm saying usually because every car really has a different setup, but on my car specifically, I have a Heim joint I'm gonna spin. So you wanna spin it either way, and you wanna find out which one brings it in and which one brings it out. For my case, spinning it towards the back of the car is gonna give me that toe out, and I need about 1 inch of toe out. So that's gonna give me maybe 7 to 8 turns. I'm gonna bring it out, we're gonna mount the wheel back on, and then we're gonna drop the car and we're gonna do the string alignment again, and we're gonna see how much we gotta go in or out. All right, so with my arms, I want to spin them forward towards the car. I'm only going to spin it about 8 times, which is going to give me 4 full rotations. And we're gonna get that 1 inch of poke out, and then we're gonna check it with the string. All right, so this how-to/vlog honestly is going way better than I expected. Now, I've done this one too many times. I literally used to align my car 2-3 times a week because the rubber bushings were so trash. But now since I have these solid toe arms that I made with Heim joints, I'm never gonna have movement again, which has me really excited. But I spun it 8 times, and I know you guys can see that. There's no gap in the front or the rear. So the front alignment used to go out all the time, but I actually like sorted that out, used Loctite and stuff like that. There might be some future issues, but I haven't driven the car that much, and I realigned the front and the rear like a few months back when I stopped really driving the car. But now that this rear wheel, I got the new toe arms in there, I was like, oh, the alignment's gonna be kind of hard to do. Literally spun it, and on the first shot, I got it because I always just have that like magical touch because I'm so used to doing it. But so if you're gonna be doing the front of your stance car as well, it's literally the same exact process. You wanna make sure that your car is on the ground. You check the string front to back. I'm gonna give you an example. If the front wheel has a gap, that means you have way too much toe out. So you're gonna need to make toe in so then both of them touch evenly. And you wanna make sure that you do it for all. So on a normal car, like if you're gonna be gripped up or something like that, like a drift car, your toe is gonna be different. I don't really know the whole drift spec thing, but I'm pretty sure that you want toe in when you drift. I could be completely wrong, it might even be toe out. But with high cambered cars, the best way you're gonna get, good turning and stuff, not good turning, but the best way that you're gonna get like low tire wear is from 0 toe. So you want no toe at all. Usually people who are doing string alignments are people who just put in new suspension and need to make it over to like their shop is going to do a legit alignment. But I do my own alignments and I can get maybe 2,000 miles out of a set of tires. I've gone through 2 sets of back tires within 1,200 miles last season, but that's because I had the bushings and they were bad. Now there's absolutely no play in the rear. Yes, there are other rubber bushings, but the toe arm is not going to allow the wheel to go in or out. Maybe it's going to flop in other directions, but it's not going to ride on an angle like it used to. So that has me pretty excited. But I know I mentioned it in yesterday's vlog, but this thing is holding together like way more than I expected. I've hit into it a couple times. I've honestly stepped on the diffuser once already, and it literally just went pop, like not pop, but it literally just like flung right back up. It took the weight and then it just made like a little noise. I'm not gonna step on it. I was about to step on it and be like whatever, but that's no big deal. So yeah, this alignment is dead straight, and that's crazy. All right, so never forget that when the car's up in the air to hand thread the bolts on before you use the impact. Don't just impact them on, you're gonna cross thread them. So guys, always go into star pattern. And then once you're done tightening them down, you want to lower the car and then tighten them to spec. Make sure you check your owner's manual. I personally don't. I just torque them down to 150 and I send it. I'm on wobble bolts. Everything always checks out. I have many miles on my wobble bolts, but yeah, always do that. All right, now that everything's all tightened up and my alignment is perfect, crispy, looking clean, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just wrap everything up. So I know it's weird to say it, but I was really hoping that this alignment would actually be in way worse shape than it was. I thought I was gonna have to align the front wheel, but it's exactly the same as the back wheel, There's nothing really crazy to it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Tomorrow's video, it's gonna be a little more enjoyable. I hope that the sun's gonna be out because I wanna get tilted outside and maybe even drive it. But guys, please like, comment, subscribe, and share, and just stay with me and just keep smiling and know that every single day is going to be different. So on that note, guys, have a great day and smile.